Nice to have you here, folks. Welcome to this video. Today, we are going to take a look at a wheel cleaner that we haven't used in a long time, but it is an absolute classic. When I ask you to name the most well-known product from Tuga Chemie, I believe most of you will say Aluteufel Green Wheel Cleaner. And I brought it along today. Well, no. We will take a look at it today. We have tested and used many wheel cleaners in the past weeks and months, and a lot of new products have also come out. But how can Aluteufel Green still hold its ground today? Because I believe it is one of the best-selling wheel cleaners, especially here in Germany, and it also has an extremely high number of reviews, all of which are very positive. An absolute classic? Let's take a look. I brought it along. I even got myself a brand new bottle. Let's quickly measure the pH value with the pH paper. And yes, why am I doing this? Once again, I will test the Aluteufel special for myself and also clean the two wheels, as we still have wheel sealants on them, and we will also clean the rear wheels so that we can create an update video for the sealing in the future. So, everything together in principle, but today, it's all about the Aluteufel Green. I wish you a lot of fun. Let's take another look at it. Yes, and here we have the absolute classic Aluteufel Green. Those who were in one of the recent live streams might remember there was a little quiz question in the stream asking what color the overalls of the devil are, and the answer is orange. So for all the insiders here in the live stream, you know what's up. Here is Aluteufel Green in the Tuga bottle. They also have very uniform bottles, always these L variants. I think that's great. It makes everything very simple, very clear, and everyone knows, okay, Aluteufel Green 1L. And I also have the 5L wheel cleaner here, which has been checked and approved for tire pressure monitoring sensors. And you can also see the whole thing here with a working indicator. And I wonder what else I need to tell you about Aluteufel Green. Allow this product to work for 3 to 5 minutes, then rinse off with a high pressure cleaner. In case of heavy soiling, you can also use a sponge, brush, cloth, and brush. Now let's take a closer look at this. I also have a completely new bottle. Up here, you still have the lock in place. First, fold this down. It works with one hand. And now just press briefly, and the safety mechanism will come out from the top. It then comes out here in the front, and you can simply take it out from here and dispose of it. This also unlocks the spray nozzle at the front. And this is simply a transport protection. And when you no longer need it, you can just fold the lock up. 2001 and the spray head can no longer be operated. For me, this is actually one of the best safety features. Very safe, because a small child cannot easily bend it down. I really have to mention this positively. My daughter is now 5. I don't think they would be able to get this down either. You have to gently pull the trigger forward and then you can just fold it down. You can even see it works with one hand, but I think this is for a child. No, that's not feasible. You really have to pull it properly, and I don't think my daughter will manage it. Well, I find it very nice. Tuga has been involved for a long time. An important feature, I find it very exemplary. Alright, let's use it now. But first, I wanted to quickly measure the pH value with you. I find that the gel formula has definitely changed a bit, compared to my bottle, which is really very old. You can see here that it's a bit more gel-like. That's why it says active gel on it. You can read it clearly. And now I will do the pH value test here. Not with a pH meter, but we can just spray it here. Let's try it next to the camera. I don't want to spray it on the wall. So, and then we have here, I can also wipe this off again in case I think I've sprayed something else, but I don't want to spray against the wall here. So you can see here the pH value is completely between 5.5 and 6. So around 2001, which is absolutely in the neutral range, and that's why it's also very gentle. Now, let's get started. Next to me is a lady who has just sprayed her wheels and is now somehow on her way to the store. I think she wants to buy Tuga Green. I have a bottle. Can you write something in it? Are you using it as well? It is really extremely widespread. The Aluteufel special here is also an absolute classic, and that's why let's get started. Here on the first wheel, which is now also sealed, you can see here we still have dirt on it. I can wipe a little bit of Eucin over it, and you can see my finger is going to be completely dark. So let's take a look. It's also unlocked at the bottom. And with the Tuga bottles, you cannot change the spray pattern now. This means you will get the same spray pattern that you currently receive from the spray nozzle. And if we take a look at this, it actually works very well. You have a slight central spray in the middle. Take a closer look. In the middle, there is a small strip, and on the left and right, you have the distribution. So you still get it nicely distributed. And what I find quite good is that you have a short trigger hoop. This means here, you see, it is relatively short. This means you can spray very nicely and quickly. So it works. Everyone should be able to handle it. And with that, we have already completely sprayed the wheel. You can also see here that the active indicator activates immediately. And overall, it works really well. We will let it sit for a bit now. The bottle mentioned 3 to 5 minutes. Therefore, we can now calmly go back to the wheels that are not sealed. We also have quite a bit of dirt on the back here. Now I'll do this at original speed without any pauses. Bam, done. That's how fast it goes. So you can quickly go around the rim with the spray head here. Then let's go back here. You can also see some dirt on it. And now we'll do another round at the original speed. The Aluminum Devil Green has a bit shampoo-like scent. Well, I definitely don't find it to be sharp in any way. Here, Tuga has also chosen the right scent variant. It manages to not smell musty or anything like that. So, for me, it ranks among the absolutely mild rim cleaners in terms of scent. It smells a bit like regular laundry detergent. So, it has a very pleasant scent for a rim cleaner. I don't detect any foul, pungent, sulfurous smell or anything like that. So, let's take a look here. And I will test it very carefully for you. What I also notice is that you have a very light pressure point. This means that you can also operate it easily with one finger without your fingers going numb. But I do it with 2 fingers because that is exactly the point here where the trigger stops. 3 fingers are already too short for me. As you can see here, I already reached the spray head. That's why using 2 fingers, the middle finger and the index finger, works perfectly. The work indicator is super fast here as well. This is what makes Tuga Green so successful and widely used, because you know it is an absolute classic over the many years, and still today. Everything fits, so the overall package is good. Why should we change anything here? It just works well. Let's let it sit for a while and then rinse everything off to see the cleaning result without using a brush, because I believe it will dissolve everything nicely on its own. We can see that well here. So let's take a look after 2 or 3 minutes to see how things are going. As you can see, I have everything here. We will also go over it again with the rim brush and the new Tuga shampoo. But first, we will spray the rim. Let's take a look at it for now. How does it look now from the picture? You can see here that it really comes together strongly. Here as well, where the sealant is applied. You can also see well that the sealant, I firmly believe, is not compromised. I can't imagine that. How does it look at the back? Yes, so I regularly clean my rims. You won't get deep black marks, but for regular cleaning, a neutral rim cleaner is actually ideal. So now let's spray the whole thing off. I'll just go ahead and rinse it off because the weather is mild today and we don't have strong sunlight right now. Well, I think it looks really good so far, both with the sealant and here without it. So let's take a look here together. So, rim cleaner, good. We've already gotten our finger dirty. Let's use the middle finger here. Looks very good. So, in terms of cleaning performance, if you have normally maintained rims, you should always achieve a nice result with such a neutral rim cleaner. Also, regarding the sealants, I believe it hasn't affected anything. We'll test that again in a later video. But if I look at the droplets, even up here, just look how small and fine they are. So it seems to be working well. Again, here.
Yes, that looks good. The cleaning performance is really top-notch. Everything is nice and clean. We will also go to the area where we don't have any sealant on. Here, the sun seems to be shining, and we can already see that there are no droplets here. They have a water film on them, so the rims are not sealed. But even here, access is good. You can also see it again on the surface. This is typically unsealed here. But here too, there is absolutely nothing on it. So the cleaning performance is really very good for a normal use at this point. Overall, a nice performance. And for the hardware spots, like the corners or something, if you have something stuck there, you can always go over it again with a rim brush. We can do that for now. I would actually like to test the shampoo from Tuba Chemie, but I would also like to test the new one here on the rim, and it looks like this. Here is the Devil Car shampoo. And now let's take a look at this. It smells like lychee. For those who don't know what a lychee is, it's that small round fruit about this big with a wine red, rough skin, and in the middle, you have a white core, a very, very sweet, soft core. And here, it smells exactly as it should. So in terms of scent, it ranks among the top 5 scented shampoos, completely pH neutral. Let's add a capful of this to 5 liters of water. That should be more than enough. And now I'm going to grab my rim brush and go over the areas again. We can see how it foams up. I'm going to try to foam it up with the rim brush. No, it's not the best option with the rim brush, but it works for now. So as you can see here, after a few seconds, you already have really nice foam formation. I actually wanted to go behind my brake calipers again. And now let's take a look. Look at that. Except for right at the back in the last area, but look how nicely clean the rim brush is. So the rim cleaner also ran all the way to the back, and the high pressure cleaner was able to rinse it off completely. And now I always like to go over the inner area again with the rim brush. You can really see here that the cleaning is very, very nice. That fits, and it smells very good here. Like lychee, indeed. And that's what makes the fragrance experience so special. When a shampoo not only cleans, but also has a nice scent that you simply enjoy, it's exactly what makes the hobby worthwhile. And I believe that both men and women will like it. I think the selection of scents is something new. Sure, I'm also a huge fan of cola cookies, you know, the 1000 or cherry or whatever else there is, but I don't know any shampoo that smells like lychee, and lychee is a very, very sweet fruit. So, the cleaning performance is right, the scent is good, and the gliding behavior is excellent. The brush really glides perfectly over the surface. We will test it again on the paint, but I can tell you one thing, it is ultra smooth here. So, now we have gone around once, and we can do this on all 4 parts again. I will rinse it off again, and then there will be a little conclusion here about Tuga Grün. You can see here that with the pressure washer, it foams up absolutely great. You have a nice thick foam. So it's better to foam with a pressure washer than with a rim brush, but it works this way too. So my feedback here on the Aluteufel Green, it is still one of the absolute top rim cleaners, even in 2024. The price is right, the quantity is suitable, and the effectiveness indicator is included. Now all the features are taken into account. This actually makes the overall package perfect. Then you also have the point that, for example, the sealant on the rim is not affected. I have also shown you the pictures again, and even then I washed over it with the shampoo, and using a rim brush works absolutely fine. Support the process with a very soft rim brush if you have really heavily soiled rims, but at first test the pure performance for yourself. Spray it on, rinse it off, and then evaluate the cleaning performance. If you do this regularly, every 1 to 2 weeks, it should work very, very well. However, if you let the rims get really dirty for 3 to 4 months, you will need to assist with a rim brush, for example. So overall, the total paper also fits within the pH range of around 6, heading in that direction. Now measured here with the pH paper, everything is clear. So the features that the cleaner offers are still completely up to date for 2024. If you have any questions about it, feel free to leave them in the comments below. We can also test a bit more, including with the Aluteufel Green. I will also make a comparison against Aluteufel Roh, which is the acidic rim cleaner. There will also be a video from me discussing when to use certain products and what to pay attention to when using a rim cleaner that contains acid. At first it sounds extremely bad and oh my god, acid 1000, but it's not that bad if you take into account all the tips that the manufacturers provide. Also with the Aluteufel Grün, as with all other rim cleaners, do not apply it to a boiling hot rim, do not let it dry, and do not spray it on and then drive off and forget everything. It's logical that a cleaner needs to work and then be rinsed off. It does this very, very well, and you just saw it so completely satisfied. Until then, folks, thank you for watching. You can find the Aluteufel Grün again in the video description below, and feel free to write down which rim cleaner you use. I am still with the Aluteufel Grün, especially when I look at the Amazon reviews. So many ratings. I also checked again in the last few months. All 5 stars. Well, there must be a reason for that, and it has just shown that again, which is also correct. Until then, your Sebastian. Bye, guys.